Hello, my name is Joellen Williams, and I am the curator for the Bentley Rare Book Museum at Kennesaw State University. Due to COVID 19, we cannot host our regular in person rare book programs. Instead, it is my pleasure to provide you with remote access to a few pieces from our collection that shaped, honored, and inspired the American Civil Rights Movement. This is an early copy of The Souls of Black Folk by W.E.B. Du Bois. Before we get into the content of the book, let's talk about its artifactual clues. This text was first published in 1903, and, lucky for us, the verso of the title page provides a brief printing history. We see that the book was first printed in April, printed again in June, and then printed in August 1903. Our copy comes from the August print run. Multiple printings tell us that people were reading this text. It was desired. This book also gives us clues about who owned it. Here on the front free end paper, we see an inscription that reads, "Presented by Mrs. Nellie Adams, January 16, 1904. We can infer that this book was presented to someone as a gift. Here on the front face down, we also learn that this is an ex-library book. This book belonged to the Southern Technical Institute, or the Southern Polytechnic State University that formerly existed in Marietta, Georgia. It makes sense that this book was from a school library because while the book is in good condition, there's definitely evidence of use on the cover and spine. The Souls of Black Folk is considered one of the most significant texts written about race relations in America. You may recognize this famous quote from the Forethought: "The problem of the 20th century is the problem of the color line." In this book, Du Bois reflects on the status of African Americans in post-Civil War America and explains how decisions regarding education, economics, and racial prejudice will impact Black Americans in the 20th century. Now let's take a look at how a writer can express thoughts about civil rights through poetry. This is a 1942 volume of poetry by Langston Hughes entitled Shakespeare in Harlem. I just love this, y'all. It's beautifully illustrated in great condition, and look at this. Langston Hughes even tells us how to read the poems. Blues, ballads, and reels to be read aloud, crooned, shouted, recited, and sung. Some with gestures, some not, as you like, none with a faraway voice. Another fascinating observation is that Hughes self-describes the poems as a book of light verse. I find this interesting because while many of the poems have musical, even whimsical tones to them, others carry heavy themes, like this one called Merry-Go-Round. Merry-Go-Round, colored child at carnival. Where is the Jim Crow section on this merry-go-round, mister? 'Cause I want to ride. Down south where I come from, white and colored can't sit side by side. Down south on the train, there's a Jim Crow car. On the bus, we're put in the back. But there ain't no back to a merry-go-round. Where's the horse for a kid that's black? Finally, this is a first edition memoir written by Coretta Scott King called My Life with Martin Luther King Jr. First published in 1969, just a year after MLK's death, Mrs. King tells the story of her life and work as the wife of America's most well-known civil rights leader. Our copy, however, contains a surprise. A previous owner of the book, Mrs. Alice Newton, wrote a letter to Mrs. King explaining how much she enjoyed the book. In January 1970, Mrs. King wrote back. Mrs. Alice Newton kept Mrs. King's response in the book, which was subsequently donated to the Southern Polytechnic State University Library. You can probably imagine how thrilled we were to find this incredible archival document hiding in this book. Thank you for attending this miniature edition of Rare Book Open House. To all of our patrons, we miss you dearly and we look forward to seeing you hopefully in the coming months. If you'd like to contact us or need more information about the Bentley Rare Book Museum, please visit rarebooks.kennesaw.edu or email us at rarebooks@kennesaw.edu.